idea of culture about masculinity and femininity make it almost impossible for men and women to relate adequately or to even see and feel true love amongst themselves. Hi everyone, my name is Noella Compressed and I'm welcoming you to this maiden edition of the show Straight Talk with me, Noella Compressed. I have an amazing team of guys with me and I'm very grateful that you guys came along. So we're going to be talking about the mask of masculinity and how we feel that the definition of what it is to be man affects our relationships as men and women, as boys and girls. So guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Noella.
So with me, I have Daniel Nukuna. Daniel is a banker and an entrepreneur. And to my right is a smart girl. She's Stephanie. Stephanie is a social worker and a journalist. And then we have Epafred. Epafred, for many people who are on social media, you must have seen the works that Epafred does. He is also an entrepreneur. Thank you guys so much for coming.
Thank you for having us.
So let's get to it, guys. Today we're talking about masculinity, and the question I'm asking is there a problem with the way what it is to be a man has been defined? Is there a problem with that definition? So I'm just going to ask you, do you think that there's a problem? First of all, what does it mean to be a man in Cameroon, or where you grew up from?
Okay, thank you very much, Noella. First and foremost, I don't think there's any problem with the definition of masculinity, but I think there's a problem with those who understand what masculinity is all about.
Okay.
Yes, I want to say let's go down memory lane. Our forefathers, when growing up as a man, they had certain obligations they had to fulfill. But with recent times, changes in technology, changes in ideas, I think there's a deeper narrative of what every man needs to do in order to be called a man.
All right. So that drives me to the question: what does it mean to be a man? Who is a man in Cameroon?
So, so on the personal note, I feel like we mostly misplace the terms that we use to define such things. A man basically is just a male aspect of a human being. So a man is an opposite of a woman, in my opinion. So it's like a man has those reproductive organs that are opposite to that of a woman. It's not supposed to be being a man defined by the things you do in society, by the things that you are able to overcome by your strength or whatsoever. So I feel like a man is a male human being, not a female.
Oh, so I mean, I'm going to come back to that because oftentimes we hear people say that you're not a real man. So the question I'm asking is, who is a real man?
Good.
Because you are male, but there are people that are male, but they are not men. So, perfect. Thank you very much. But the question I'm asking is, we're defined by our sexes. That's true. By that definition, therefore, we are expected to do something to become who we want to be. For example, we're born males, right? But it doesn't just end there. A man is not because you're male. I mean, at least in our context. That's why we hear people say, is he even a real man? I mean, I'm not the only one who has heard that.
Most women particularly say that.
So I don't know about most women, but I've heard it.
That challenge comes from women.
Yeah.
Are you a man?
So my question is,
Yes.
by women's definition, according to you, who is a real man?
I want to believe that so many concepts.
What are the traits?
Are
the traits of a real man?
So many concepts hold to what a woman or hold to what the society will want to define a man for. The first is how successful is that person in his walks of life. How wealthy is that person? We now go into his sexuality. How able is he to maybe keep his woman on top? And we also go to his authority. How able is he to pause on people to maybe go subtle to what he thinks or what he wants? I think authority, being authoritative, has a role to what women sometimes
so
want
a man is associated with his ability to be authoritative,
yes,
to be bossy,
definitely not being bossy, but the control, authoritative, discipline, wealth, and definitely his sexuality too.
No, it's unfortunate that is how they try to bring it up, but I think that is not an appropriate definition of a man. It's true. I agree with him that most ladies say, "Are you man enough?" Yeah,
Is it just ladies who
being
say
a
that?
man, women,
Well,
men also
even men
men
say
also
that,
say that.
that are you a real man? That
So
they
if you're
take
man
it.
enough, come and face
if you're
me.
a man enough, come and face me.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
right.
now.
So they also judge you on how able are you to be strong in bed, how able are you to be stand up to challenges. Yeah, and then also how strong physically are you. Yeah, those are some of the things that they define a real man in our society currently. But I feel like this is just getting back from the times of old, where men there used to be a lot of wars in Africa in those old 18th centuries and beyond. So men were really meant to protect women, as in the society evolved like that. So protect women because they were considered to be less of strength physically.
But we had
So
we had women in Africa.
yeah, but
I
how
mean,
many
African
were
history
there?
tell us
How
that
many? I
we also have
understand.
women who have been in
I
the
can
front
even
lines
cite
of
you
battles,
examples.
of
There is
battles.
a queen who in Nigeria that I know of, a certain queen.
So we've seen in Kenya, in Cameroon, in Nigeria, women who have been in the front lines of
that's
battle.
right. That's right. But how many of
So
them?
I mean, doesn't really matter.
So what I'm saying is they were trying. They did these things as to position a man as the frontliner, and then through down from that time to now, we still at some point use this as a definition of a real man, like those who are on the front line, those who are strong physically, those who are able to withstand challenges. Like sometimes if you cry, if you feel emotional and you cry like a man, you say, hey, he's not man enough, stuff like that,
Men also cry.
which is
Men do
weird
cry.
to me, which
Trust
is
me.
weird. So those are some of the things they want you to be stronger.
So today we are stating strength, authority.
Yeah.
Men don't cry. You're not supposed to show
Yeah,
emotion.
yeah.
Blah 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 blah. But really, is it? So do you guys think that there's a problem with that
Apparently, yes.
construction of
Yeah,
what it is?
I think it's a big problem. First of all, society has played a lot when it comes to defining what a man is supposed to do. It boils down right to cartoons. Like the stereotypes a lot in media. You see a heroic figure in a cartoon as a man, and then the woman is supposed to stay home and take care of little kids or her siblings and things like that. But when the media starts portraying such characters, what message are you sending across?
Okay.
So there's a problem.
First,
And-
permit me. Let's go a little bit biblical here. Genesis, right from creation, there's one authority that God placed on a man. Even when he was about leaving the Garden of Eden, he said he will have to fern for the woman and the siblings. Great. Already, that's a pattern given to that man. Like, okay, you are the torchbearer, you have to control. But in recent years, a lot more have been twisted. It's been twisted. Every man has a passion. Every man, I mean, man as in like man, like in the male. Every male has a passion.
Okay.
He has a way he wants to be successful in life. He has a service he should offer to the society in one way or the other. Like prior, before we said a role, I was discussing with Steph. She made a point like a father would tell the son, no son of mine is going to be a cook, because the boy's passion is cooking. He wants to be a chef. You don't know how many people will enjoy his meal. You don't know what big restaurant he may open. But just because the dad has this archaic mentality of like the kitchen is for women, no son of mine should be a cook. But now that's his own passion. That's his own. But he has to understand what is holding him back from his success. If I want to be a fashion maker, a maker of women's clothes as a man, nothing should stop me. Nobody should define my masculinity because I make women's clothes.
Well, I think parental expectation.
They
It
actually
can drive a man
exactly
to be what he does not
want to be.
Exactly.
So we need the education has to start right from our parents and say, hey, mom, things have changed. Times have maneuvered itself to that extent whereby from every walk of life, it doesn't matter about who you are. It matters of what you have to.
What I'm
give
even
in.
wondering is the foundation really of this definition of what it is to be a man.
Yes.
Because I don't see that because you're male, you most definitely have to be provider. Or because you're male, you cannot cook, or because you're male, you cannot be humble, you cannot cry. Which goes back to the fact that these are not innate things, that they are created. And so how does it affect our relationships with one another, especially relationships between men and women, or boys and girls?
I think that it affects our relationship mostly negatively because if I'm in a relationship with a girl, she would definitely expect a lot from me, being the fact that responsibilities have been vested on me since I'm the man. So I think it's negative in this aspect. So she would definitely go for the lesser things, as in taking care of the house, cleaning stuff, and while I hustle out there on the hard conditions and difficulties, and then at the end of the day, I have to pay the bills alone. I have to handle most of the finances, which I don't think it's a good thing. Yeah, so it's not like I wouldn't be able to do that. Of course, I want to do that. I want to keep my ego in place, which is what most men face today.
And exactly.
So
Excuse me, let me say this.
No, hold on, please, just hold your thought.
Thank you.
At this juncture, I'd like to say a big shout out to some of our partners who have supported us enormously for us to come up with this show. I'm saying a big thank you to the management of Better Company Limited. They are a gift production company here in Yaoundé. They produce customized gifts and other accessories in case you have birthdays and gifts for special people in your life. Please do not forget to contact them. You can follow them on their social media platforms. I also want to say thank you very much to Polo Designs for this amazing outfit. I'm saying thank you as well to Red Studios for the face beat. How does it, because he just mentioned ego, and that struck a chord. Because a lot of things that men do is about their ego, it's about your bruised. It feels like you've taken a part of that. What is wrong with all of you?
Like
Steph,
this mass has like it plays a lot in our relationship. A man, when he's growing up, he's told that men are not supposed to cry.
By who?
His mother. I've seen a child cry.
His parents.
And his mother will tell him, boys don't cry.
Okay, now.
I mean, even Lucky Jib says big boys don't
Big
cry.
boys don't
So
cry.
it's
Like,
okay.
what is that?
It's true.
So a man grows up, knows that he has to be that
Did you just say-
authoritative
Excuse me.
figure.
Lucky
It's true. I don't disagree.
Me
Hold
also,
on.
It's true.
I
I
cry.
say
on.
boys don't cry.
I say
or
no.
shouldn't
Big
cry.
boys don't cry. I say they shouldn't cry. It's
Why?
not. It's not. It's not a wrong thing.
I want to be a little bit
Permit me.
indifferent. Tentatively,
It's okay.
when we hear big boys don't
It's okay
cry.
to cry.
I'm not interpreting it in his own words.
Yes.
I'm trying to make it out of my own. So what I'm saying
Okay.
is, it's okay to tell someone not to cry. It's just left in the hands of the other parent to make sure that they also build their daughters to be to understand. Women don't cry, girls don't cry.
No,
Right? Let me conclude.
When something happens, a little girl comes back from school and then something happens in school and they're like, oh, my classmate did this, and she's crying and she's all of that. If you were a boy, the parent would be like, why didn't you fight back?
Okay.
I mean, you're a boy,
And if it
you're
was
a
a
man,
girl?
you should have. And it was a girl, she would just pamper, oh, it's okay,
It's
don't
okay.
worry, people are like
Okay,
that.
fine. So here's the thing. Let's bring a midpoint for all of these two different perspectives. The midpoint is that in the society in which we live, and in every place in the world that you go, there is always going to be a superior to a how do I put it? There's always going to be one unlike charge, right? One negative and one positive. That's the most simplest way to understand what I'm trying to say. So, but how do they come together? For electricity to light up, we need a negative and a positive charge. You understand? So we are not saying, personally, I am not saying that we all should become positive charges or we should all become negative charges. What I'm saying is, if boys are groomed to grow, to be strong, to face society, to struggle, to work hard, women should equally be groomed this way, but men to understand that they are here to complement the men. You understand? And the women the men compliment the women on their strength. The women in turn do that. So it's not supposed to be where we use our masculinity to be like, no, because I'm the man, I'm supposed to do this. Personally, I appreciate men who cook in their houses, who clean house when they get the time. But if women can do that as well, where is the problem? I mean, we agree as a couple that okay, you can do this while I'm doing the other thing. Where's the big deal? So it's not supposed to be some superior person over the other. I actually like to get person's opinion on what I'm trying to do. And then the closest person to me, if I'm married, should be my wife. I should get their opinion. Not like, no, I'm the ultimate guy who takes all the decision, and because I'm the man, I have to take the decision. It could be stupid most times, and we all fall in deep shit, right? So you're not married yet, so you shouldn't say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe to add on to Fred. Now, let us identify the root of where this bias came from. It came from our olden days, parents, let me put it that way, where they disassociated what the man's role is and what the woman's role is. The woman was relegated maybe to minor and maybe petty other jobs, no say. But now we are in a society where the challenge is high. The midpoint is tough to meet. You have it's a subway of a fast moving vehicles in and out at every point. So to catch up, what do you need? You need a team. And when you need a team, you don't need to be stereotyped on one point. The man is not supposed to be like, okay, just going. No, now he has to involve a complementary partner, as he said, a woman. It must not be like both may be married or what. But now let's say in a married scenario, a man, first and foremost, the man should be able to communicate with his wife. When I mean communicate, he should be able to step down that voltage and say, hey babe, it's heavy on me. I wish that maybe let's try to fix the bills or fix activities this way.
Exactly. So you've reminded me about a video that I saw. A boy and a girl were in a restaurant, and then the bill came.
Yes.
For some reason, probably the guy couldn't pay. I don't understand the circumstances, but the guy couldn't pay, so he was fidgeting when the bill came. And then the girl reached out for her purse, got some money, and slotted under the table to the guy. And I'm like, really?
No.
Why do you have to do that?
The guy could pay.
No, he couldn't pay. He couldn't pay because he was fidgeting.
Let's assume his cash didn't meet up.
So my question is,
but now why didn't the girl just like talk
put it on the table and say, okay, let's do this?
What's lacking?
What is wrong with that? What is wrong with that?
First of all, I want to think that women have been made to like just carry the burden of men or bury their emotions or something like that. So it boils down to the teaching that some of these girls have received. Some women to participate in making men think that they are supposed to be or the father figure in everything. But like you said, communication is very necessary. It's very essential. If like you and I are supposed to be discussing, it's okay that if we're not having, if like say we go out and the guy does not have enough money, it's okay for the guy to ask me like, babe, I don't have enough. Do you have some? It's okay.
Cool.
And like that.
Why doesn't it really happen like that? Because he mentioned the issue of ego, and I think that's a very important issue.
It has been a problem, and let me explain who actually caused these ego issues. Have you seen a situation where a woman hails insults at a man for not being able to support?
It doesn't mean she's the author of that.
No.
Because we're in a
situation where a man has his girlfriend. I'll take an example not far from me. I'll quote myself. I've been in a lot of issues when it comes to my dating experiences with a woman. When I started courting, I stopped the girl from I never wanted her to ask or to feel like having any problem. It was her role to always sit up and say, okay, I need this. But I dated this girl, and at one point, not like the relationship was not going, I could not meet up. Why? My hands could not reach where? Because I'd given that liberty.
Whose fault is it?
No, I'm coming to it.
Because
I'm coming to
many
it.
Many times I've heard this debate that women are too demanding.
No. So it doesn't go about demands. It doesn't work about demand.
Because
it goes about you have opened a Pandora box
It's okay
where
to
you
tell a
can't
woman you
close
don't
it.
have.
You
It's
see,
okay.
but just because I had the ego issue of saying today I can't afford this, today I'm not going to eat shawarma.
So excuse me,
it became a problem.
excuse me.
What if
What if your girlfriend asks you for something?
Yes.
What if you don't have it? If you say no, what happens? What changes the fact that you guys?
First of all, there's a fear. Where does the fear? If I say no,
Please. Just who you point at me.
I have this question.
Yes.
Like, say you're in a relationship.
Yes.
Okay, you've made to make your girlfriend understand that you can always provide for her. Definitely, there are going to be some difficult days. What if she asks you for something and you cannot afford it at that time?
I was trying to give you the difference in how I learned. Then I felt like no, she shouldn't ask.
So
but now
changed?
again, because I had to learn the situation which we're having. If masculinity is not all about being able to do it all right all the time, it's about making somebody understand that at one time we need to have an equilibrium. So at this level, I learned that before you go into opening a Pandora box, you should have a one-on-one talk with your partner, making her to understand that you can get sometimes and sometimes you can't get. She's going to understand that sometimes I can ask, sometimes I shouldn't ask.
so? Perfect. Why? How difficult is it for men to say that they don't have? Because again, I remember there's a WhatsApp chat that circulated on social media.
Yeah,
about
I know.
discussing.
Boya.
I'm sure you remember.
Yeah, I know.
How hard is it to say
So
no?
here's the thing.
Or to say you don't have?
We live in a very complex society where this thing is not made by the men. The ladies take it upon themselves as well to exploit the men. No, don't cut me yet, because I know you're going there. To when they get the opportunity. There is no point in time that I can invite you for a date, for example. We are not even dating or we are not in a relationship. I just want to meet you. I have interest in you. Maybe business-wise or maybe attractively, I just get interested in you. I want to know you. We go for a date and then the next thing I know, you bring your friends along. Not like you want to bring your friends, but why do you even need to bring your friends? I want a date for two, like to converse with you. Keep away the fact that
Date for two.
Yeah.
Maybe tell her that.
No, hold on.
Don't
Even
bring
if
your
I
friends.
don't tell you, you don't
Bring
need
your friends. Don't bring your friends.
1 second. If I don't tell you, I don't think there is really need for you to do that, mindful of the fact that it's our first meeting. Do you want a church meeting on our first date? Doesn't make sense. So that's number one. Okay, going back to what you were saying about the text in Boya. So now you bring these people along. Normally, personally, as a person, I wouldn't feel like to embarrass them, even though it's quite okay for me to tell you bluntly that honestly, I invited you alone and I wouldn't like it. But number one, if I do that, the date is off, because the lady, it's if we like, we do a sample size of this and it's going to happen. If I tell you that the lady loses self-esteem, number one, they do.
No, don't speak for the ladies.
No, I'm not speaking for the ladies. It's a fact.
No,
They will lose self-esteem and they will not feel comfortable to sit with you on another date again. I would love to do that. Hold on. I would love to. No, why am I supposed to pay bill for what I can't afford?
Exactly,
Why
which
don't
is
you
why
tell
don't you?
That's why I'm telling her that I'm telling you that
Let me worry about
in
myself.
case.
Exactly.
Let me worry about
Here's the
myself.
thing. No, you can't just worry about it, but you have to get it to me because our date will be off.
Excuse me.
So you
You understand?
worry.
So for me to worry,
about
hold on.
This level,
Hold on.
the self-esteem
Hold
here
on.
is being candid, and being candid. Then the date.
Back
Cut
to
it off, and you tell her bluntly that.
and that's the end. And that's the end. And that's the end of your meeting and the end of your future meetings.
Excuse me.
It closes it up. It's cool.
But you restore your self-esteem.
I don't think you guys are getting what I'm trying to say.
She will come back.
There will be a second.
Here's the
date.
thing.
If she's not interested in you,
This
you must have passed the
discussion-
message across.
This discussion can go on and on for a very long time, but here's
So
the
what if
point I'm
I-
trying to make. Let me just clear myself and here's the point I'm trying to make. We live in a society where people are yet educated about social relationships with others. So we are yet educated about that. Honestly, I've been in other places out of Africa that if you sit on a date with someone, they don't even wait for you to get. I mean, I've invited people and I invite, but they come and take their bills. So they don't even wait for it to get to that point. It's a date, so and you don't expect me to be paying for you. You
based
understand?
on those circumstances and based in our context, can we say that men are trapped? Because according to Lewis, in one of his
men
books,
are super trapped. Men are super
you would
trapped.
agree that men are trapped?
Yes, I agree entirely. Men are trapped because they